Hello, I'm Ben Wrightsman. I lead the Battery Innovation Center.
Hi, I'm Jeff Phillips. I'm the Marketing Director for the Autonomy and Vehicle Software Division of NI.
We looked at, former DARPA opportunities, the DARPA in the desert. We looked at some former collegiate opportunities and said, we bring prize money, we bring competition, we fold some racing into it. It's amazing what some college students and mentors will do.
And now you guys are known for having the world's fastest autonomous race car.
Sure.
Can you talk a little about some of the challenges that come along with trying to produce that vehicle every year?
Well, right out of the gate, nobody had done that before. There's been some robo-cars and some prototypes, but to not do just one car, but to actually do, at the time targeting, almost 20 cars initially, going to folks like Dallara and saying, hey, we want to do an Indy Lights chassis, but we want to make it autonomous. And for them, it was a new challenge as well. And it wasn't just one. We started out with many, and we've been building upon that.
Yeah, and it's pretty typical of the automotive industry right now. You've got a lot of innovation, even in the components.
Yes.
The sensors, the other components that go into the car. What type of challenges does that give you that those are new?
We were starting with some known hardware, but we also wanted to work with companies that are bringing about the next hardware. We're combining some of what we know, a ton of what we don't know, in a whole new field, that a lot of folks hadn't explored. And so this was really intended to be a software challenge. And still today, it's very much a software challenge. But we're now bumping up against that we need to revise that hardware in order to push what's next.
And HIL, or hardware in the loop, this is a pretty common testing tactic in the industry now in order to take the software component of the vehicle and be able to run it through a rigorous set of tests that don't require a track or a physical setup.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges, or what has the IAC done with HIL testing on the vehicle with all the new components that you have to integrate each year?
Well, starting out, we really didn't get the opportunity to do that. Some of that was COVID related. Some of that was first of new components coming in. Again, a lot of fantastic suppliers that came through with some amazing products, but we didn't get as much chance as what we would have hoped as an engineer for our teams to be able to take all that hardware, test it on the bench entirely in a complete sequence and a complete system. A lot of that was really in serial versus in parallel, and also as a complete setup. And so I would say I would probably coin as an engineer, it was kind of RT HIL, which is real time. In fact, I would say it was race time hardware in the loop, or racetrack hardware in the loop. Is that just like you see with innovation on the racetrack, you go out and they put something new on and they try it doesn't work. Some kind of said we were a science experiment before. Right. Well, clearly it's not a science experiment anymore. It's innovation at work. But this is an opportunity to now, on revision 2, really go after hardware in the loop. That rather than going to just the racetrack the first time, why don't we start with simulation? Why don't we start with a lab environment to know that Gen 2 of our car is the best that it can be, and we build upon that heritage.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons we're so excited to get involved with the race, is because of the opportunity to pull that validation cycle left, introduce simulation, bring about a more rigorous testing process before the students get the car out on the track with only a few weeks to actually do their integration test.
Yeah, and that's a huge partnership with NI. That's what you guys do, and you understand. Right. And as engineers, these students are they're gonna get firsthand exposure to what was the crash course, and frankly, it was a crash course in a lot of cases. Pun entirely intended. Now they'll get exposure, as you said, move left. Is now I move earlier into that development so that I can refine better and I can focus on advancing the car and not so much, we'll say, sorting out the pieces and parts.
Can you talk a little about why the IAC was interested in NI as a HIL partner for the race?
That testing infrastructure, that system infrastructure, that hardware in the loop capability, that complete overall infrastructure that NI brings to the table is something we need to expose our teams to, because we know the benefit of that. Actually, it's not really about the race. It's about technology, it's about innovation. So if we don't show them all the levels and steps of how innovation comes about and how you can fast track that, pun entirely intended, then we're probably doing a disservice to the teams as well.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity for them to get exposed to some of the tools and process that they'll run into in the industry when they get out to do this, for a real company.
I'm really jealous because I look at these, I say students and young guys and gals. I thought I had some really cool experiences. I look at them and I'm thinking, man, if I had that when I was that age, where would I even be today? And so these are the next generation of movers and shakers. We saw what happened come out of DARPA and the impact that that had with like Sebastian Thrun and Waymo and Aptiv and all these other companies that were competition based, and now they're the leaders in autonomous stuff. This is that next gen. We had to learn, real time to go and validate ahead of time, and then go expand on that real time. They're going to be light years ahead of us, which is fantastic for the technology.
Yeah, and it's really cool for the race. We've seen the race grow so much with each new iteration, each new race, both from the exposure, the technological advancements, and even the moving from single car racing to passing.
Finally getting to the multiple car and stuff. Yeah.
So what's next for the Indy Autonomous Challenge?
We're upping that challenge. We're changing out hardware. We're going to be updating the car to the AV23, doing a whole new compute system, additional autonomous technology that's come out along the way. And also, the team has got a whole new set of challenges. Rather than just kind of moving the bar a little bit, the teams may some days want that, but we really shoved the bar way down the road.
We're incredibly excited about the collaboration and working to help the car continue to be safer, more reliable, and more complete for the teams that are using it.
Yeah, excited to see NI helping us create and deploy next generation technology. It's pivotal for what's next for us.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, appreciate it.